please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live. Hey everybody, so today we are continuing along at my series looking at my favorite players at each position on every NHL team, and today we are talking about the Detroit Red Wings. So before we start, I just ask that you please subscribe if you are new and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, as those likes really go a long way in helping the channel to grow a lot and helping the video. So let's get into it here. Looking at Detroit, obviously they have been the worst team in the league this past year. Brutally bad, very much in rebuild mode right now, but that does not mean that there aren't good players or players that I like on the Detroit Red Wings. In fact, there are. And at left wing, we have Tyler Bertuzzi. I am a huge fan of Tyler Bertuzzi. He's had a really good last couple of years, goal scoring wise and offensively. He's really coming into his own at the NHL level. Physical guy, not afraid to get in your face, plays on that edge, really makes it enjoyable and more interesting to watch. And he can kind of be like a power forward and still, produce offensively as well. So I really like Tyler Bertuzzi a lot. He's my favorite left wing. At center, we have Dylan Larkin. He's my favorite player on the Red Wings and has been for a long time. I love Dylan Larkin. I've loved him since he's come into the league. Just an awesome player, awesome center. The centerpiece, I think, for Detroit to build around as this rebuild continues and as they move forward. And a guy that I 100% want to see do well, and I want to see Detroit put a good team around him because I think he can be a really good player. And at right wing, we have Anthony Mantha. Again, another big, powerful guy who's not afraid to go to the net, not afraid to get involved physically from time to time, and can score a lot of goals. Now, obviously, injuries have been an issue for Mantha. He's missed significant time out of his NHL career because he's been injured. Hopefully, he can stay healthy going forward because he's a really fun guy to watch, and he's a really good power forward and goal scorer, and somebody that I think can be a 30-35 goal scorer year in and year out if he can play, a full season. It's been a big time problem for him staying on the ice and staying healthy, but I really do like his game a lot. On D, we have number 1, Filip Hronek, who I think is going to be a key piece to this defense core going forward. I'm a big fan of Hronek. I think he's the best young defenseman that the Red Wings have, at least, as far as NHL-wise. Obviously, Seider is more, a little further behind in development and a little bit younger. But as far as, guys who have seen NHL action, I think Hronek is the best one of their young D-men and somebody who's going to be a big part of this team going forward. I really like him a lot. And maybe going off the board a little bit, but second defenseman, as far as my favorites go, is actually Patrik Nemeth. I like him a lot as a depth defenseman. I liked him in Colorado. I liked him in Dallas. I like him now with Detroit. I think, obviously playing on Detroit, nobody's going to look great playing in Detroit with that team. But he's a solid, bottom pair type depth defenseman, and he can do a lot of the little things defensively right and be a good, depth guy to have in your lineup. So I actually have really liked Patrik Nemeth throughout his career, and, that doesn't change just because he's in Detroit right now. So he's probably my number 2 favorite defenseman. And then in goal, it comes down to either Jimmy Howard or Jonathan Bernier, and I'm going to go with Jonathan Bernier. I was really impressed with Bernier this year. He played very well for as bad as the team in front of him is. Certainly significantly better than Jimmy Howard, who literally could not win a game this season. Bernier actually played really well. His numbers overall were still pretty good. Not a lot to complain about as far as Bernier. I remember him, when he was in the LA Kings organization years ago, coming up through the AHL. He looked really good in the AHL. He never became that premier NHL goalie that I thought he would after seeing him, really dominate in the AHL. But he's had a very solid career, and this past season particularly, he was very good on a very bad team. So Jonathan Bernier is my goalie. So there's my favorites lineup, guys, for the Detroit Red Wings. Left wing, Tyler Bertuzzi. At center, Dylan Larkin. Right wing, Anthony Mantha. Defense is Philip Hronek and Patrick Nemeth. And goaltender is Jonathan Bernier. Those are my favorites. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.